POCO today is launching their POCO M2 Pro, a budget device aimed at the 15K segment. And here are 10 things that you must know about it. Hey guys, Omar here from C4eTech, and if you do end up finding this video useful, then please consider subscribing and turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Let's address the elephant in the room first. Yes, this is the Redmi Note 9 Pro. It's the same hardware, but we have a couple of changes to it. That means when it comes to the build and design, we have the same premium Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protected glass sandwich design. Same quad camera bump to the back. There's a new finish here though that POCO's used to give the M2 Pro a distinctive look. When it comes to the software, the first major visual change is that the POCO M2 Pro comes with POCO Launcher on board. We have an app drawer that can be accessed by swiping up, and we have an extensive search function in here. The POCO Launcher also by default sorts apps into various categories, and we can change these categories as we want, even hide them. Of course, it's not just the launcher. POCO has also promised that their devices would not show any display ads. So in essence, we get the same fluid, smooth MIUI experience from the Redmi Note 9 Pro, but this time without any annoying ads. If you ask me, this is one of the biggest reasons to opt for the M2 Pro over the Redmi Note 9 Pro. At number 3, we have the second big change. The POCO M2 Pro comes with a 33 watt charger instead of the regular 18 watt quick charger that we get with the Redmi Note 9 Pro. The battery capacity though is the same on both phones, 50-20 mAh. So how big of an upgrade is this? The regular Note 9 Pro takes over an hour to go from 0 to 50%. In contrast, with the 33 watt charger, we can charge the POCO M2 Pro from 0 to 50% in just half an hour. Now, if that sounds familiar, that's because the Note 9 Pro Max has the same exact charger, and since all three phones have the same battery, the Note 9 Pro Max also has similar charge timings. Coming to number 4, we have some more subtle changes. Now, the quad camera module to the back here is the same as that on the Redmi Note 9 Pro. That means we get a primary 48 megapixel GM2 sensor that's coupled with an f1.8 lens, an 8 megapixel ultra-wide sensor, a 5 megapixel macro, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. Now we know how this camera performs, but what POCO has done differently is that they have brought their vlog mode, which debuted with the POCO X2, down to their POCO M2 Pro as well. How this works is by tapping this V button, we can choose to capture a footage and edit it in 8 set presets. When done right, the results can be quite impressive. One of the most unique selling points of the POCO X2 had been the 120Hz refresh rate. We had never seen such a high refresh rate display in the sub 20K range before, and honestly, we haven't seen it since either. That's why we kinda expected the display of the M2 Pro to pack a punch. If not 120, maybe a 90Hz panel like the Realme 6. But nope. This is the box standard 60Hz IPS LCD panel that we find in the Redmi Note 9 Pro. On the bright side, this Full HD Plus display can get quite bright, no puns intended, and we can expect bright colors and great contrast. That plus small bezels and a centrally placed cutout for the 16 megapixel selfie camera should result in a pretty immersive media viewing experience. Down to number 6, let's talk a bit about performance. The Note 9 Pro comes with the Snapdragon 720G inside, and this is the same chip that we find inside the POCO M2 Pro as well. This is one capable mid-range chip, as we have seen in our reviews of the Note 9 Pro series. It can handle everything from day-to-day tasks to demanding titles like PUBG. In fact, if numbers are something to go by, the Snapdragon 720G can come quite close and even beat the 730G in certain cases. So for all intents and purposes, the POCO M2 Pro is just as powerful as the POCO X2. Now, at number 7, we're still on the subject of internals. We are getting LPDDR4X RAM in here along with UFS 2.1 storage. So even app load times on the POCO M2 Pro should feel fast and snappy. And of course, since this is based on the Redmi Note 9 Pro, we should also get access to that dedicated micro SD card slot, which means down the line, we can opt for expandable storage options. We have talked design, software, and even the internals. Let's then wrap it up with an overview of the sundries. The POCO M2 Pro comes with a side-mounted fingerprint scanner. Now, personally, I used to be a fan of rear-mounted scanners, but honestly, these new side-mounted scanners are really good. They are fast, accurate, and positioned exactly where our thumb rests. All around, they're a pretty great addition. The POCO F2 Pro also retains the headphone jack, an IR blaster, and is also supposed to sport a P2I splash resistant coating. I'm just hoping that the great haptic engine from the Redmi Note 9 series makes a comeback here as well. With number 9, we are pretty much nearing the end of this list. So let's answer one of your biggest questions. Is the POCO M2 Pro the right phone for you? Well, here's one way to think of this new launch. POCO M2 Pro equals the Redmi Note 9 Pro minus ads plus a 33-watt charger. Now, if you're someone who's bothered by MIUI ads or you want a faster charging phone, then the POCO M2 Pro might be the right phone for you. Initial impressions, it seems like it improves on the Redmi Note 9 Pro in two big ways, while still keeping the price under 15K. Ah yes, the price. Well, that's the last point on our list for today. The Redmi Note 9 Pro is currently available from 14,000 rupees for the 464GB variant. The Redmi Note 9 Pro Max, on the other hand, is available from 17,000 rupees for the 664GB variant. Since spec-wise the POCO M2 Pro is right in between both of these devices, I'm expecting that they'd slide right in between at the 15,000 rupee price point. Of course, all of this is based on my assumptions, educated guess, whatever you want to call it. As of filming this video, we have no official confirmation of the price. But by the time the video goes live, I'm sure you guys would already know the price. And we would also put the price in a pinned comment as soon as we come to know of it. Personally, I'm a bit disappointed with the POCO M2 Pro. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind building devices of the same hardware. The POCO X2 might have been a copy of the Redmi K30, but it was a brilliant phone. But part of the reason was that there was no Redmi K30 in India. With the Note 9 Pro and Pro Max being available already, the POCO M2 Pro kind of feels a bit redundant in my opinion. But hey, those are my thoughts. Now I want to know what you guys think. Let me know by leaving a comment down below. And that's about it for this video. Like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot for watching till the end, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.